Just a has-been. Hot sauce and collard greens. Motherfucker on Halloween. What up, y'all? Welcome back to the next episode of Don't Do That.
Wicked
Wednesdays. So we got the smoke of the app from House of Dank. That is my spot. Rocket stick, injected pre-roll. This is going to be Blue Raz. It's pretty good too. So we have my two topics that I have today that I was looking for. Michigan Supreme Court says lawsuit against DNR may go forward. Pretty messed up that they even had to go forward in some sort of lawsuit because it was their fault. Now, school shooter's mom, Jennifer Crumbly, asked judge to release her from prison. They are saying that the imprisonment is unfair. It's unfair that your child shot up a school too. So, it's pretty interesting. So I think I might even probably would start with that anyway. So, what are their little listings?
Let me see. Oh, mine's are some classic Don't Do That.
Okay. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get this started here. So yes, this is from Fox News, from Newsbreak. Yeah. School shooter's mom. Now, Jennifer Crumbly, the convicted mother of Oxford school shooter, requested that a judge release her from prison, maintaining it would be grossly unfair and unjust to keep her locked up during her ongoing appeals process. The request to be released came after Crumbly was convicted on 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter for the shooting son, Ethan, carried out on November 30th, 2021. The shooting at Oxford High School killed Tate Meir, 16, Justin Schilling, 16, Hannah St. Juliana, 14, and Madison Baldwin, 17, and injured 7 others. Her husband, James Crumbly, was later convicted on the same charges. Now, Crumbly's attorney, Michael Detsy, filed a motion in Oakland County Circuit Court on Thursday arguing that Crumbly is not a flight risk and poses no danger to the public. This case has been bungled, starting with a prosecution's overreaching charge of involuntary manslaughter of a parent for the intentional criminal acts of her son, who was charged and treated as an adult in the eyes of the law. Now, he argued that Crumbly should not have to be locked up until her case reaches the Michigan State Supreme Court. Now, it would be grossly unfair and unjust to keep Miss Crumbly locked up for years while this matter proceeds slowly, likely for years. Well, the kids have no more years on their lives. Now, in the statement on Thursday, Oakland County's Chief Assistant Prosecutor David Williams said Jennifer Crumbly needed to stay locked up due to her actions, not the actions of her then 15-year-old son. She was tried by a jury of her peers for her own actions and inactions leading to the shooting at Oxford High School, not for the actions of her son. A jury of 12 individuals listened to the testimony and reviewed countless pieces of evidence before they unanimously found her guilty as charged, and she was sentenced by the judge accordingly. This was an egregious set of facts that resulted in the conviction along with a 10 to 15-year-old prison sentence. Now, they are the first ones, basically, to be charged for the actions of their child when it comes to these school shootings. And I'm sorry, as any parent should be. You knew there was a gun that was bought. You didn't like it to be bought, but you sat there and still allowed it to be done, instead of taking any action towards making sure that this happened. You already knew it was a bad idea. Now, what also is bothersome is after this incident that had happened, there was an incident at the school where they called the parents up there. He had drew some pretty red flaggy stuff. Alright, some red flaggy stuff that no 16-year-old should be doing.
And
okay,
what
they came up there, had their little meeting, instead of, doing what they needed to do, they went back to work. Instead of entertaining the fact that their child needed them to be there mentally, and it could have been prevented. Instead, you felt as if it was not a problem, that this is some, whatever regular schmegular stuff that a 16-year-old does. A teacher will not call you for a picture that they felt was unnecessary to call you for. Now, obviously, this drawing that was presented, obvious as evidence as well, and your peers thought that you were negligent in this situation as a parent to prevent this from happening. You're not being charged for what your kids are doing. You're being charged for being a negligent parent. That's what it's all about. I don't see the husband trying to, their attorney saying, oh my God, it's so unfair, it's so unjust. But why do you feel it's so unjust and unfair for you? Why? Because you're a woman?
I'm going to take a line from...
No.
I'm going to take a line from a movie that I'm probably going to watch later. The very first Transformers. And I'm going to turn to you all. And I'm going to say, accountability.
Your child did something that was heinous, and 4 children lost their lives.
You have to be able to accept when you're wrong. You got to be able to be a big enough man or a big enough woman to say, I was wrong. I could have done something a little different. This is not what was intended. Some people can't do that.
And she can't seem to do that. And her lawyers don't think that she needs to be held accountable. Your peers found you guilty. You're fighting to get out. Okay, so you're appealing your conviction that you're already convicted for. They found you guilty. Appeal all you want. Your ass can sit and rot in jail.
That just
I don't get it. A gun was purchased. You didn't want it there. You already knew that it was a big red flag to have it at your home because your child has problems, and yet you did absolutely nothing. Just absolutely nothing. You just sat there and let it happen. Out.
So basically, you are complicit in whatever happens because you were not part of the solution.
And children lost their lives. 4 of them. The youngest is 14. So much ahead of their lives that you knew that your child needed help.
Man. Just missed.
Not only did them 4 kids lose their lives, your child lost their life as well.
Cheated out of so much life, so much experience, so much everything. At 14?
Yeah. Yep. Every last one of them kids.
Haven't even
like I said,
lived a quarter of your life yet.
The sad part is that that child now has to live with what they have done. Alright? And possibly not get the help that child needed before this happened. Right? Because obviously there were red flags before this even happened. Alright? Because there's no way.
Okay.
They would call you up there for just one picture.
Just a quick one. I did think about this. Outside of the don't do that I have for later on at the end of the show, I wanted to tell y'all that there has been this isn't something that I can actually review. I can't even review this. I just know that it is interesting, and it has an actress that is connected to it that I'm familiar with. I've seen Amy Adams in The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. She can do funny. I've seen her as Lois Lane in Batman v Superman and Man of Steel, and she did a great job. And now I keep seeing across my screen when I go to, I believe it's Amazon, I keep seeing, I'm going to pause for a dramatic effect, Night Bitch. Night Bitch. Amy Adams is in a series called
Night Bitch.
Night Bitch.
Nice.
Now, from the trailer of Night Bitch.
Oh,
whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
yeah. Before you
that.
get in some trouble right there.
That is actually the beginning of Kick Rocks on the first Icon on Crack CD, but it has a clip from Friday, and we don't want to get in trouble for that. Classic movie. We all know about it. If you don't, watch the trilogy.
Oh, Hulu and Disney Plus.
Ah, but yes,
to watch.
It is. I might do that instead of the first Transformers, because I really want to see what happens. I really want to see what happens.
Premium subscription.
We've got it. What do you mean?
Okay.
We're there.
Okay.
I just want to watch the first episode because I want to know. Like, she's dealing with the husband, and the husband is not really paying her that much attention, and then she's got the little baby, and the little baby's driving her crazy, and then she feels as though she's turning into a dog. And that is a weird twist for me. So I'm going to investigate for you. I'm going to watch the first couple episodes, and I'll come back to you on Friday.
An artist who pauses her career to be a stay-at-home mom seeks a new chapter in her life and encounters just that. When her nightly routine takes a surreal turn and her maternal instincts begin to manifest in canine form.
Ha! I will report back to you, everybody. I will report back to you. I will look up and find out what is going on with Night Bitch.
Okay,
back to pots.
Alright, let's hurry up. Okay, so now the Michigan Supreme Court says lawsuit against DNR may go forward. It's actually kind of messed up that it had to even. It's actually, yeah. The Michigan Supreme Court decided that a lawsuit filed against the state's Department of Natural Resources may continue. The case stems back to a 2018, 6 years ago, incident where a snowmobiler in Upper Peninsula was injured after a crash with a DNR employee. DNR employee was on the clock, working, doing his thing. The plaintiff, Mark Gross, said he sustained burns, broken bones, and a traumatic brain injury after a DNR employee driving an ATV blew a stop sign, causing a fireball explosion, killing the employee and disabling Gross.
Wow.
Goss. Mike Goss. Recently, the Michigan Supreme Court reversed the decision by the Court of Appeals, allowing the case to move forward. The case will now head back to the Court of Appeals to determine if a statute shields the DNR. The fact that this man was injured badly enough to where a brain injury and all that stuff is caused and whatnot, while one of their employees, rest in peace, alright, period, at the end of the day. Rest in peace, somebody had lost their life to something like this. Though it may have been them, the DNR still needs to be held accountable. Your employee that you employed blew through a stop sign, caused a fatal accident to themselves, and almost killed this other man. So, I guarantee you, nothing against the family of the DNR person. I bet you that insurance policy took care of their family.
Huh.
But what about this man
Mm.
and his family? And all the medical bills that I'm quite sure he has built up because of the negligence of your employee. Now, everybody else has to be held accountable for their actions as well, or their employees. For example, this may not be, actually yes. For example, quality dairy, right? Okay, somebody comes in wasted beyond belief. All right, we're talking we're talking alcohol level at 0.9, 1.5, 2.8, inebriated beyond belief, right? So
they come in and
man comes in and he's buying alcohol. Employee still sells this alcohol to this man.
What?
Right?
Now, mind you, I used to work for the company,
This
so I can tell
man
you,
then,
you're not supposed to sell that to you if you
this
smell.
man then ends up just downing all, everything.
Right there in the store?
Drinking, no, they're just still, they leave the store.
And then downs it.
Downs it. They're outside, not on the public property, they're on the sidewalk, right? But man then dies of alcohol poisoning. Who then ends up being held accountable? Not this grown-ass man that drunk himself to death because he's a grown-ass man and don't know how to stop. But the person that served him the alcohol. Not only do they lose their job, also have massive amounts of fines that they have to have.
Yes.
And there's possible jail time.
Yes.
So when it comes to stuff like that, where does it stop for accountability, apparently? Apparently, if you work for the state, apparently if you work for the city, apparently if you're the President of the United States, no matter what side you're on, it doesn't matter, because we all have... Biden's son did some stupid shit and he still got pardoned. Let's get that straight there, because they're all fucking crooked. It stops there. As soon as you get into some sort of higher power, you're never held accountable. The DNR needs to be held accountable for this man's, not only his hospital bills, but Christ, the last 6 years that he had nothing. Because nobody has been held accountable for the actions of their employees. Are we not all taxpayers here? Did this man not pay his taxes? Is this why you're not helping him? Because at the end of the day, I think he kind of deserves his money back. What say y'all?
All right. Now, updates. Coming very soon, I will be dropping the second single leading up to Hip Hop Strikes Back. It is called Lumberjack.
You seen my outfit on one day for that.
Lumberjack. Lumberjack, I'm going to give you all I can say is this. Way back, when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. That's it. I'm not going to say anything else.
No.
That's actually enough. That's actually enough.
If you go back to last episode,
yeah, that's another Easter
you'll
egg.
see an Easter egg.
But
right
rewind
there.
if you must and listen to what I just said, because that is all you're going to need. Video coming soon, single coming soon. Hip Hop Strikes Back, Green 16, all bangers on this EP. All bangers. Nothing but heat. Piranha shit. Piranha shit. Look up some footage on piranhas. You'll see. I'm the piranha.
Okay. All right, anything else?
I don't.
All right.
I don't.
Well, guys, that's all we got for you today. So hopefully, just leave them comments. Like,
Yeah.
we got to get more people involved.
Yes.
Lord Godum, I know you got people who like to have stuff to say.
I have spoken.
Guy on the couch.
I have spoken.
420. I know you do too. This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way. Peace out, guys. See you next time on FF Fridays.
Peace.
Pieces.